Hey, just let's chat. Listen, let me jump right into it. So, Travis Hunter and his, soon-to-be wife and everything is in the news, right? So let's talk about it. May as well everybody else talking about it. So here's my take on it, right? Nobody knows how a person really feel about somebody. Only that person knows how they feel. So I won't jump in and say, oh, it's another money grab, this, that, or the third. They've been together for a few years, according to what he said. And hey, obviously he feels loved by her, and whether or not that's his first real girlfriend or whatever the situation may be, it works for him, right? So he's in a situation that a lot of people end up in at some point. Maybe the financials are not as high, but nevertheless, he in a situation where he's about to get married and he has some things at stake. He has a lot to lose. Okay? So the smart money says that you protect your assets. Period, point blank. No matter who you are, no matter what your situation might be, you protect your assets when you have something to lose. I don't have nearly as much as him, but I'm going to protect my assets. Like, that's just smart money. It just makes sense to do that when you understand that everybody starts off being in love and loving the ground that you walk on. Well, by the time the end comes, usually people can't stand each other. Now they're mature and, they, are built a certain way. They're able to still tolerate each other, still able to co-parent, whatever. But look at Dion and Pilar. They can't even be in the same room. They can't even be in the same vicinity. So that tells you, that, hey, it was a lot of trauma in that situation, right? As it is in a lot of situations. So you have to make the best choices that you can make going into a situation, right? Now, Travis Hunter is my little brother, cousin, or whatever. That's the sit down that I have with him. And I talk to him like, like the grown man that he's going to be at some point. He's just stepping into early adulthood. So no, he don't know everything. Yes, he's going to make some wrong moves and some bad decisions as it pertains to women, friends, etc., so forth. Who doesn't? Who hasn't? Right? But in his case, of course, there is more at stake, right? So if he's my brother, my little cousin, or whoever, then I have a sit down with him, right? But I go into that sit down having a full understanding of some things, right? And that's as a black woman from the South, knowing what other black women from the South like and are drawn to, and how we move, how a lot of us move, how a lot of us think, how a lot of us are groomed to think and feel and do, and you know what I'm saying? So I walk into that situation open-minded enough to understand where he's coming from, right? And the first thing I have to say is that, guess what? We can't say anything about who he has chosen. You know why? Because a lot of us didn't want him. And I'm going to say that again. A lot of us did not want him. And by us, I mean a lot of the younger black girls that was his age. We were not checking for him. We were not willing to give him an opportunity. Why? Why? Let's talk some truth. Why? Because he doesn't present in the way that a lot of young black girls and women in the South want their partner and boyfriends and little friends and this and that to present. He does not present like a thug. He does not present like, edgy or, like he's, been in the streets. And a lot of us have been drawn to that look, to that image. So a person like Travis Hunter, he's not going to catch our eye, right? He's not even going to catch our peripheral. If we're being honest, he's not, because he doesn't fit that image that we have been groomed and have been he doesn't fit the picture that we've been painted. Like, this is what you like, this is what's popping, this is what looks good, this is what all the women want. That's the first problem. That's the first problem. And it's not his problem, it's our problem, being women of color, young girls, young women, because we groom our girls into liking that certain edgy, hard, rough, street type image. So when a guy who has the potential that Travis Hunter has, when he appears and we're going to school alongside of him, or we run into him somewhere, he doesn't even catch our interest because he does not present in the way that we have been groomed to, to target or to, be attracted to. That is the first problem. So that's why we can't even start, having an issue with who his pick was, because his pick was his pick because she was interested, because she bit, or either she reached out to him, whereas we were turning our nose up, turning our face away from, the wide nose and, the wide mouth. See, we only like those kind of characteristics when, they're accompanied with, some wicks that's sticking up everywhere, and or a gator mouth with some gold teeth on it that really needed some braces or something like that. You know what I'm saying? See, we're not attracted to that look. See, we bypass the fact, oh, it's dimples on that face. See, we ain't even catch them dimples that he got, because we too busy looking for other foolish stuff. And I say that because I have been her, so I can talk this talk, because I know it all too well. I know it all too well. And too many times we miss, and then we have an issue with the fact that, okay, well, every time you look at these men with money in the different leagues, who they have picked, well, a lot of times they picked who picked them. They picked who was checking for them. A lot of times they end up going to certain schools where it's not a whole bunch of black girls there anyways, because guess what? Because all the elites start wanting the better athletes to come to their school and to come to their colleges and stuff. So in his case, he ended up going to, Jackson, but where he was going at first, he was going to Florida State. Yeah, in Tallahassee. Okay, he switched from that and went to a black school. Then went to Colorado. Okay, but what is who he's picking from? Mostly are who? Because see, we've been groomed to get, okay, we might get a couple dollars at you. We could get a couple dollars at you, maybe some free meals at a couple nice places. Then, we're groomed that, okay, we hit us a little lick, you know what I'm saying? We have to start doing better with how we groom our young girls. See, that girl who he is with, 9 times out of 10, her family, her friends, she's been groomed for marriage. So no matter who she would have been with, she would have probably been trying to get married to them. Now, especially not at that big money talking. She's definitely going to be getting married. Right? Not only she knows how genuine she is and how much she really is in love with him, only she knows that. And time is going to tell all of those things, right? But before we start having issues with any of those things, we have to start really coming to the table and being honest about, what's really going on. And what's really going on is that a lot of times we're missing the money, we're missing the mark, we're missing the opportunities, because as black women and young black girls are not being groomed to get married, to settle down, to have families. We're not being groomed in that way. Whereas other women have always been groomed to do that. So do I think we should get back to grooming our girls to, have families, to get married? Yes, I absolutely think that. Yes, I absolutely feel like we need to do that. And while doing that, we need to start teaching them and showing them the things that we need to be looking for in a person, outside of the empty stuff that's on the outside. Men choose like that. But as women, we're going to have to start looking for something of substance, something that goes a little bit farther. It don't matter that he got a wide nose and a wide mouth. What them legs do? What them legs do? See, we have to start thinking in a different mindset, because that is what other races and cultures have up on us. They ain't worried about how long his dreads and wigs is. If he got goals in his mouth, if he had no. If they platinum, did he switch from those to veneer? Like, no. Our mindset is like so small. What kind of car he driving? This, that, or the third. Like, listen, we simple-minded. We have to get out of the simple-minded ways, and we have to start thinking long-term, long money, long success. Yeah, because ain't no sense in saying that other women ain't thinking money, safety, security. Yeah, we all thinking it. We all thinking it. And if a woman is not thinking it, it's because she's the breadwinner or she's coming from money. So that's not anything that she ever has to be concerned with. But even her, when she's smart and she's not thirsty and she's not gullible and insecure, she's thinking like, okay, well, what is he going to bring to the table so that he doesn't run through my inheritance? What is he bringing to the table so that I don't have to take care of him? Yeah, like, so that money and safety and security, that's something all women think about. All people think about it, not just women. But the reality, like I said, is that we have stopped grooming our young ladies into, being moms, wives, and, homemakers, etc. like that. So then when you have a good pick that come their way, like a Travis Hunter, okay, somebody else gonna get him. Gonna scoop him up, because why? Because we ain't checking for him. We ain't checking for him in middle school. We calling them all kind. We saying he don't look good. We saying, I don't like him. Because we looking at the little boy with the Jordans, who mama go with the big dope dealer, and they able to dress him all up, and he get haircuts every week or every 2 weeks with little designs in it, and his dress twisted up all nice and neat. We checking for all the wrong things, and then that'll be the one who drop out in high school, or try to go somewhere and it don't work out, and then he just end up dropping out of college altogether and just doing probably nothing with his life. You know what I'm saying? We look for the wrong things, and then when other women capitalize on our faults, then we start saying, we question her motives. We're not necessarily mad at her because she's with him, but we know she's gonna come up. We do know that. And then men, they thinking like, oh, well, she just going after the bag. Well, any woman is going to be glad that she's able to link up with somebody that they know about to get paid. And he crazy about you? Who? Everybody knows she just hit a lick. And surely she got to know she hit one. And if he my little brother, that's what I'm telling him. Any woman get with you, just hit a lick. Don't let her have a baby from you. Got him. So the fact that your self-esteem may be a little challenged. Not because you ain't that man on the field, but because you haven't been that man in regular life. And you've been overlooked, you've been talked about, you've been picked on. And so that probably has affected how you feel. So when the first girl who hollering about she love you, you ain't trying to hear nothing. Because nobody else wasn't trying to check for you in that way. I already know that. I don't even have to be related to him, and I guarantee that that's the storyline. His nose ain't just got open. His nose been open for that girl. And guarantee he probably just gonna be the type that he's gonna be like, he's gonna love hard, and whoever else comes after her, he's gonna be crazy about that one too. Just because he hasn't had his pick of the litter when it came to women when he was coming up, because like I said, he didn't have that type of look that a young girl is going to be like gravitating to, and she can't see past what she's seeing. She can't see that, hey, you cut them little dreads off, give him a nice little cut like what Ball Reeves got, let them little dimples shine. He ain't no bad looking dude. But see, you got to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine some coming up, if his mama them didn't have really like no money in that. I already know he probably wasn't no looker in school, his school pictures or nothing. No, just average, and probably below average to some people, just depending on, you know, what your vision, what you can see. So my conversation with him would be, you know, pretty much the same as if he was, like I said, if he was my brother, he was my little cousin. Listen, if you love her, you love her. At the end of the day, be good to her, be kind to her, have your finances in order, protect yourself, and live. You know, hopefully, you know, just some of the things that we see, but things are edited, you know, so we don't always know what we're seeing. It do look like she could use a little, you know, hey, this how we move, you know. Dion shouldn't have to tap your back and tell you to get up when everybody else is standing up for your man. You need to be done jumped up. You see how Young Miami was holding that sign up for Diddy? Like, no, baby, jump up. Because you are the beneficiary. You are going to be the beneficiary of all of what he's about to come into. You have to be the biggest fan, the loudest mouth. You and the kids that you will bear. The biggest fan. Don't let nobody come in there and be a bigger fan than you, other than his mama. No, baby, you need to be jumping up like you have access to the checking accounts, because you do. So it's it's somebody need to grab her and little sister her and be like, listen, baby, you got to show up better than what you showing up. You know what I'm saying? Tap into your emotions. Show some. It's okay. You know, we know you probably done been groomed to be a wife now. Okay, now you got to walk in that thing. You got to act like one, too. Not just by title. You know what I'm saying? You got to show up for this man. Support him. Be supportive. At home. Definitely in the public. Don't even give room and make it seem like you ain't got his back. You sitting there with your face screwed up, or you ain't, you know. No. Tighten up on all of that, baby. Well, where her friends at? If that's your homegirl, pull her aside and tell her, baby, you need to have the biggest smile on draft day. The best outfit. Act like you know what you're walking into. Act like you know you're walking into a huge blessing that everybody don't get. Tighten up on your attitude. Get your mind right. You in position. Now play your position. If I'm her auntie or I'm her cousin, those are my words. So get right. Get your attitude in your face. Straighten up your face, girl. You just hit the biggest lick. Act like it. Yeah. So that's that. But for us, we got to do better, because we can't keep letting Travis Hunters pass us by. We need some Travis Hunters too. Yes. Yeah. So we have to get back to, you know, letting our daughters know that, hey, you more than a degree. You a whole household runner. You a generational starter. Yeah. Without you, nothing moves, nothing shakes. It's bigger than how many degrees you could put on the wall, and that's nice too if you can do both. But we have to get back to some other things too. Right? Enjoy your day.